This is Emily Forwell. I'm a nutritional therapist and I'm talking to you live on Facebook about how to lose lockdown weight. Many people are concerned that they've put on weight during lockdown, and there'll be many reasons for that. And I've been touching on what those could be over the last week or so. And today I wanted to talk about exercise. So, yes, exercise is very important if you want to lose weight. However, it is more about diet weight loss than it is about exercise. So, apparently, 80% of weight loss is about diet and 20% is about exercise. But I would say if you've never exercised and you do start exercising, it will have a dramatic effect on your weight. So, lockdown has meant different things for different people. So some people might be exercising more because they don't have their daily commute and now have the time to exercise. But some people may be more sedentary than they normally are. And it could be the fact for you that you are getting more exercise, but maybe your daily activity levels have dropped. So you might have normally walked to the station and walked back. You may have walked up and down the stairs in your office. You may have a fairly active job where you're, walking around. I don't know, whatever your job might be, but it might involve a lot of walking, and suddenly you find yourself in your own home. So it could be that your daily activity levels have dropped. So I think it's worth thinking about that. If you're doing more formal exercise, that's great, but is it compensating for the drop in daily activity levels? The other thing that's important to think about when you're thinking about weight loss and exercise is, are you doing the right thing to lose weight? So if you're doing 100% cardiovascular activity, so that's the type of activity where your heart rate is raised, so running, I guess things like dance classes, Zumba, aerobics classes, it's whether you're actually getting to the point that you're fat burning. So one of the goals of your whatever exercise regime you choose should be to build muscle. So the more muscle we have, the more metabolically active we are. So anything you decide to do from an exercise perspective should be building muscle as well. So the types of exercise that are great for muscle building are things like high intensity interval training. So you're combining the kind of shocking your heart into increasing very rapidly and then decreasing, and that's supposed to be very good for fat burning. But also a lot of the exercises you do in HIIT classes are about using major muscle groups like the thighs, the shoulders. So exercises like squats and thrusts and planks are great for building muscle. The other types of exercise you could be considering are things like kettlebells or resistance band exercises, or just traditional hand weights or body pump. They're amazing for encouraging the growth of muscle. So it's nice to have a combination of some cardio and some muscle building, but really don't forget the muscle building. I think it's quite easy just to do cardio. And then the other thing to think about around exercise is when you're eating. So I would suggest if you're just going to do a short, sharp class, say something that's 30 minutes or less, or even an hour class that's not that intensive, you probably don't need to eat beforehand. But if you're going to be exercising for longer than 45 minutes, longer than an hour, then it probably would be a good idea to fuel up first. But you must always have some food within 30 minutes of stopping exercise, particularly muscle building exercise. And that food, whatever you decide to consume, must contain some protein. So the quicker we can repair the muscles that we've just damaged through the muscle building exercise, and we repair them through consuming amino acids which the body uses to make muscle, then the more likely it is that that exercise will result in better muscle mass. So eat within 30 minutes of exercising, and only eat before exercise if you know that it's going to mean that you can, if you're doing endurance exercise, it's going to mean that you can perform for longer. And what should you have before you exercise? If you are going to do a long workout, really you're looking for something that's very easily digested. And again, a small amount of protein in that meal. So it could be a small banana and a handful of nuts. But yeah, it's only a good idea to eat before you exercise if it's not going to give you indigestion as well. So think about that. And then where to get inspiration, I'm a big fan of YouTube. Every morning I search for somebody different to work out with, and I'm slowly building up my favourites. There's loads of great apps like the Couch to 5K app if you are keen to increase your running. There's also lots of HIIT apps that you can follow. Obviously, there's Joe Wicks, the body coach. I don't think he needs any more promotion, but there you go, he's good. But yes, I think my key message is think about whether your daily activity levels have reduced, and that might be the reason why you're gaining weight, because normally your day is much more active than it is now. So I hope that helps. I can't see this video because my screen is completely blank, so I'm hoping that you can. And if you've got any questions, please ask them. And if this isn't blank, do share it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.